If you are following me on Instagram, you'd see I have this PSE EVO NXT 31 for just about over 2 weeks now. And I try to fiddle with just about everything, and it has been amazing to get to know the bow. So enjoy the review. So the very first change you'll notice when you hold the bow is the new grip. And at first I wasn't sold by adding more rubber to the grip. I personally favor an integrated grip that's most commonly found on the target bows. In South Africa we don't get that crazy cold weather, so we don't need that insulation. And on the other side, a bare aluminium grip didn't bother me at all. But on the upside, this grip feels amazing. I like the flat back, the angle, and yes, it is slightly thicker. But for some reason, that doesn't put me off at all. If you hate the grip, you can take it off. But if you experience colder conditions, then you can keep it on. Then there is some layer of isolation on there. And when you take this off, you'll notice that the bare grip is slightly more rounded than on the Evoke bows, which in return will help consistency again. The additional stabilizer hole is a great addition to this year's bows. Now, the cool thing is, if you have a stabilizer like this Quattro Archery Dentro that can soak up a lot of vibration, and you put it on the bottom hole, you'll get the same effect as the 3D damping than on the Matthews bows, which is great, right? The lower stabilizer hole also helps to drop the center weight of gravity, increasing the pendulum effect and improving your target hold while aiming. I also noticed the smaller the gap between the front and the rear stabilizer, the better the balance on this bow. It feels like the moment of inertia is smaller, which in layman terms means the bow is slower to react to the forces produced when the shot goes off, which is a bonus. This will ultimately improve accuracy and consistency. Basically, the only two things that matter in archery. One of the other changes is also the cable rod. This year it's a solid carbon rod. I assume it has to do with the consistency factor. The less moving parts there is, the less there can go wrong. The other two big changes is in the riser and limb geometry. This year they have done away with the caged riser. Does this mean that PSE's risers is not on par with the competition? And the simple answer is, I think this riser is flawless. PSE made up for the caged riser with a complete new design. From this angle you'll see the riser flaring out on the one side, and I honestly think it's much simpler to design, and if this is their way to prevent a price hike, then well done. The parallel limbs, or the laid back limbs as they call it, is a complete game changer. It is true, it is very dead in your hand, and I don't even shoot heavy arrows. My arrows weigh about 410 grains, and I shot it on 70 pounds through the crony on a 29-inch draw length, and I got 314 feet per second. That is 90 feet-pounds. That is more than enough. And if we were able to hunt with single cam bows back in the day, then I'd say this is a complete overkill. PSE also stuck with the Evolve cams, and I'm very thankful for that. I think it's the most underrated cam on the market, and now it gives you 12 different draw lengths from 25 to 30.5 inches and 3 different let-offs. It's the most versatile cam on the market right now. And if you're planning to shoot target with this bow, then you can order a low let-off module, which will give you let-offs between 65% and 75%. PSE also stuck with the wide limbs and the wedge lock. Again, there was nothing wrong with it, so I didn't need to change it. The other big thing was the speed. On paper, PSE is about 15 feet per second slower than the front runners. But I don't even care about that. Upon testing the Evoke Lite last year, I got 309 feet per second with the exact same setup. 70 pounds, 29-inch draw length, and the same arrow, 410 grains. Now, with that setup, I'm getting 314 feet per second. So either PSE is underrating their bow or it's over-delivering. Another thing that you need to take into consideration is the brace height. Remember, this is 6.5 inches, where all the other manufacturers are running on a 6-inch brace height. Now a half inch doesn't sound like much, but all these small things build up to make a big difference. The strings, I think it's the best factory strings on a bow that you can get. The LifeWire strings is not bad, but that said, there's nothing that beats a custom string. So if you want to upgrade, you can do it, but it's not necessary from the start. If you watch the review on the Vogue Lite, you'd see that I'm really a big fan of this cans. It's smooth, it's rock solid, and there's not something much more that you can ask for. Wish that this bow was actually 31 inches on axle to axle. I struggle a bit with the string angles, but for me, it's not really a train smash. So even though the name says it's a PSE EVO NXT 31, there's actually a 30.5 inch axle to axle. When you shoot this bow, you can actually feel that there is 50 years worth of R&D and experience built into one ultimate package. And it's awesome to be able to contain it into one thing. For their 50th year anniversary, I think they've done it as good as they could. It's an absolute home run, and to be honest, I'm proud, and I think this is a bow that everybody has to go and shoot before they buy anything new. Now again, I don't make anything if you go buy a PSE, but you have to go and shoot it to feel for yourself. I mean, just look at the Vegas numbers. The guy who won the open class, Kyle Douglas, he shoots a PSE. It is that same insane technology that's built into the hunting bows. There's really not something more that you can ask for. This is the bow of 2020 that you have to own.